Hello my loves, happy Thursday. I've been strongly guided today to talk a little bit into the subject of self-love. Of course, as we approach what's really become a commercial festival celebrating romantic love, we often neglect this aspect of love, which is what I consider to be the most important aspect, because from this space all love emanates, and that comes from love of self, self-love. So what do I mean by that? In my understanding, self-love is a reclamation of all of the separate parts of our soul, of our essence, and bringing all of those, irrespective of whether we term them light or shadow aspects, bringing them all into our heart, into wholeness, and bringing them into acceptance. And when we're able to do that, to come into this place of peace, of 0 point of centeredness in our heart space, this is where I feel that we are really able to sink into self-love. And the reason that I feel it's so crucial for us all at the moment to do this, to whatever degree we are able, is that the more we are able to sink into self-love, the more able we are to be in flow. So to be in the flow of the unconditional loving energy that is the consciousness of unity, of oneness, of which we are all a part. And if we think of it in terms of the breath, if we think of an inhale, we can see that as an end, but we can also see it as a part of the continual cycle of breath. So it's the end of the inhale, but it's actually then the start of the exhalation. And if we think of that, we think of every moment, every breath being a continuous cycle of life, death, and rebirth, and that we are part of that as nature, as every plant, every animal, every being on this planet and in the multiverse is. We can then start to appreciate ourselves as a fractal of this oneness. And although we are all, of course, unique in our soul's expression, in our soul's essence, we are actually all part of the same unity consciousness, the oneness. All is one. And I really feel that this is such an important way for us to grasp the concept of self-love and how that affects the outer. When we look at the division, the war, the violence, the lack of love, the fear that is so easily accessible and prevalent as we gaze globally, we can often feel so helpless in our efficacy to change the situation, the perceived reality of the status quo. Yet I believe when we sink into this deep appreciation of self-love, we see that as we are able to embody that, we can then emit that. And in fact, by being in that frequency, that is our power, that is our collective power and our collective gift to each other. So I love to imagine how our world will change when we are able to sink into self-love, each and every one of us, deeper and deeper, because in doing so, then our outer reality will start to change. So I really invite you to deepen into the practice of loving yourself, your essence, as much as you can over the next while, and just taking a few breaths to breathe into your heart and inviting in that love of self into your heart chakra. And if you're struggling, if there's resistance, you can always ask your divine teams for assistance. Archangel Chamuel, Archea Charity, our beautiful angels of love who encourage us to bring this self-love to the fore. So please, I invite you to deepen into that and check in with yourself regularly. Check in before every interaction, every message sent, every act that you have in the outer. Is it coming from a place of love, of self-love, or is it coming from a different place? And if it's coming from a different place, how can that be alchemized into love? And also having this awareness that anything that is less than love will eventually just fall away and be alchemized into love and light. So my loves, from my heart to yours, I'm sending you so much love, so much peace, so much wholeness, and I wish you a beautiful rest of the day. And please know that you are loved, know that you are perfect, and know that you are whole. Bye now.